see if we go. Now it should be working. Hi, Teddy Mac. How are you doing? Oh, 1 second. Hi. What's up? Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. We might have a bit of a short live stream at first here. Hi guys, how are you doing? just shook a tower. Doing good, MRL. How are you? Oh yeah, I need my coffee. Shit. Wah. I don't know why, I just gotta chug it. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man, it's a little hot in here. How's everyone doing though? Actually, I'm gonna open that window. That'll be nice. A little breeze in here. Hey, buddy. Heck yeah. Yo, hi Joseph. How's it going? Hello, everyone. Wait, I was just gonna. Okay. Since I just got out of the shower, I just had an Epsom salts. I have this Epsom salt that's chamomile, lavender, and melatonin, and it just hits the spot. Thank you. Thank you. We're all about positive vibes, absolutely. Even though we talk about recovery from addiction, and there are a lot of positive aspects to recovery, choosing life, choosing to pursue a bright future instead of the dark, dismal, lonely, obsessive, perpetually hungry, miserable. You could go on and on and on. You don't want to live like that. You do not want to live like that. You do not want to do heroin. At first, it's very pleasurable, okay? It's like, I'm not freaking gonna bullshit, but it doesn't last, and it becomes very miserable. A very miserable existence where you're just running away from sickness. You're just trying to avoid dope sickness. Like, your tolerance gets to a point where you can't even feel the high anymore. You're just trying to not get sick. God's blessings to you too, my man. And we will read the Bible from the Bible. I might have to do something with my dad later. So I might have to cut this live stream a little bit shorter than usual, but I will be back to work on that painting later. That'll be fun. Oh yeah. What? I'm looking for something. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, buddy. Whoa, snap. Oh my God, oh yeah. India is a beautiful place, but I choose the locations the locations to go to carefully, just as I would anywhere else. Some places are more safe than others for women. There's some dangerous ass places in the United States too. I know that, like, in in India, there are a few places that women want to be leery of, you know. But I have a lot of respect for Indian culture and art and all that stuff. I had a friend from India, and actually, you know what? You know what they gave me? I'll show you this. Check this out. They gave me this beautiful thing. Okay, now I'm starting to forget what they're called. See what he gave me? This thing here. It's just gorgeous. Look at this. Look at this, guys. This is just beautiful. I need to call that guy up too and see how he's doing, because I mean, after he'd come to my work and stuff, we'd hang out, and he's really nice to my friend Adrian and stuff. But then he went to India, back to India, and I haven't heard from him since. So I better. He might have a girlfriend or something now, but you know, but he gave me this as a gift. It's really pretty. Isn't that pretty red there? Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Okay. This thing. It's huge too. It's huge. And I love that shade of red, man. It's so rich. It's so rich. Okay. I gotta take real good care of that thing. Probably cost like thousands of bucks or something. Yeah, I mean, that thing's... I can't remember the name of that garment, but I mean, someone in the comments might know. But I looked it up, and they're not cheap. They're not freaking cheap, which is why I kind of felt guilty, you know, because yeah, it's really too bad. Like, I feel so bad when a guy likes me a lot, or likes, you know, and it's like I want to give it a chance and I want to be nice, but then I realize with time that's not gonna work because we don't have chemistry, and they start buying me all these gifts, and I feel guilty. Like, man, I just felt awful, man. I feel awful about that. Yeah, I mean, it's such a shame and such a pity when you run into a really good person, like, you know, but you have nothing in common and no chemistry, and like months go by and you still don't feel any spark or anything. I know when I'm in love, and I'm not choosing anything less, you know. That's the thing. I know when I'm in love, I'm not naive when it comes to that anymore. And I know he deserved better than than you know, than that. I'm not looking for a loveless relationship, you know, or a one-sided relationship. Granted, it also kind of felt like he was trying to buy me, in a sense, because well, he didn't know anyone in my family at all, but I told him about one of my siblings who was dear to my heart, you know. And so without he doesn't know anything about my background, my family, or anything, but he comes over and says, "Here, this is for your sibling." And it's a whole freaking like Nintendo Switch or something like that nature. It's something that's like 500 bucks or so, 300, between 300 and 500 bucks. And I'm thinking, like, yo, are you trying to pull up my heartstrings so that I'll actually really, are you trying to make me fall for you? Like, by using like my siblings or money, or, you know, it's like that sort of thing just, you know, it gave me the wrong feeling. It gave me a bad feeling. Like I don't want to be bought. You know, it's not about money with me. It's about chemistry. It's about friendship. It's about love, you know. You can't buy me. You can't buy me. You can't purchase me. No matter how much money you have, you can't buy me. If I don't love you, then it's over. It's never gonna work. Sorry. Hey, well, I mean, there was fentanyl in all the heroin. It was caught with fentanyl. I mean, you could never get pure heroin, but like, I mean, it's more dangerous. Yeah, I mean, there was a time when they said they were out of heroin, and they said, "Here, have this pure fentanyl." And I did have some of that, and surprisingly, it didn't kill me. You know, it's amazing that I'm alive. It really is. It really is, and I'm grateful. OxyContin. Yeah, few of them, and not much. But I'm on Suboxone right now. God, that was a little too much. Propolis. Taking care of my skin. Whoa, my God. Oh, yeah. Oh, this stuff is it's like a propolis cream. What I like about this stuff is that, well, it's on sale too. Its first ingredient is propolis extract. It's propolis honey royal jelly extract. So the first ingredient is propolis, which makes it legit. I mean, you want to look for the very first ingredient. And, you know, oftentimes with beauty products, they'll advertise something as such, but then it's like, for instance, let's just say you wanted a lotion with, oh, I don't know what's good for your skin. Coconut, okay. But then that's like the last ingredient there. Don't buy it. You want for your main ingredient to be the very first ingredient you see. The one that's advertised, the ingredient that's advertised, you want for that to be the first ingredient on the ingredients list. So that's why I like this stuff. And royal jelly, man. Okay, it's got butylene, glycol, glycerin, caprylic, capric, triglyceride. Okay. Hell, okay. Whoa, sunflower seed oil. They could have just said that instead of Helianthus anus. Literally, I mean, I guess the Latin term for sunflower is Helianthus anus. Anus. Hexanadiol, honey extract. Okay. It has propolis. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Hope I'm not getting a little pimple there. Well. Am I from the South? No. But I've got Southern Southern stock. My mom's from Kentucky. Oh, thank you so much, Clint. Wow, thank you. Man, thank you so much. You're giving me so much. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Yeah, I just got my channel monetized. I'm so excited. So excited. Oh, Danny Kaiser, you need to come to my live. Danny Kaiser, come to my live stream. Because guess what? He just sent me a notification and he's asking me, and he had a great idea for a painting. It's gonna be like a landscape painting, sort of abstracted, with two Western, like cowboy silhouettes in the background, like off in the distance, having a standoff. And I just thought that'd be so cool. just abstracted, just two dramatic silhouettes off in the distance, braving the elements as they face each other. We're gonna paint that next. And we'll have a bid war, but Danny Kaiser's probably gonna wanna buy it. Actually, I should just save that one for Danny Kaiser. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. It's gonna be a bid war, regardless. Oh my God, whoa, yeah. That's the thing. Oh yeah, crack my back. Oh, that coffee hit the spot. Dude, Santho, I have no idea what that says. And why would you expect me to know? Hey, thank you, Joseph. You know what? Oh, it's cold there in Texas? Yeah, so, you know, people think of Texas as always being hot and like desert, but it's huge, man. It's like its own country almost. But yeah, there are some cold, snowy places in Texas. Probably more like northern Texas, yeah. I would love to go to Texas, especially just to, you know, I mean, I'm from Oregon, right? I was born in Portland. Even though my family, my parents are conservative, like when I was in college, people just really shunned and mocked and shamed people from the South, especially Texans. I don't know what it was with Texans, but in Alabamians, and then, you know, it's like, I kind of just want to stick it up to them, move over there, and I don't know, it just seems like the people there would be nicer, more real. I would love to go to Texas, and it depends on where, though. Come to my life. Yeah. Exactly, Dawn. Exactly. And it was like, it was so funny. Like, one of my art, and especially like in the art scene, like, you got a lot of insecure people there, a lot of pompous people, a lot of people thinking like indignant, pompous windbags in the art scene of Portland. Like, okay, so I took this art course, which involved going to Berlin, and I'm with the teacher, and she's like trying to gauge me out. And I like, cause I told her I had 8 siblings, right? And so she's making all these assumptions about me. And I can tell they're backhanded, passive aggressive. She's totally insinuating under her breath that I'm a country bumpkin, right? Because I'm just too honest with her. And I'm not. And even if I was, I don't have a problem with it because, like, just look at JD Vance, guys. Have you guys watched Hillbilly Elegy? It's epic. It's pretty epic. I need to watch that again. It's epic. Oh, perhaps she was. Perhaps she was. She was very insecure. I mean, during the classes, oftentimes she'd just show everyone her art and show it off. You know, like, look at me. It was always look at me, look at me, look at me. And then someone else would, like, proudly show their work. And it was like, yeah, good. On to the next student. You know, it was like, there was hardly any, like, wow, congratulations, like, that I would have gotten from my other teacher. And my best teacher, his name was Horia. He was like this Romanian dude who looked like a 6'4" tall Beethoven. Just a fierce shock of hair. And he'd come around to my painting and say, well, look, Anna's got a whole gallery here. But he was no bullshit. That's what I liked about him. You know, he helped me. He always told me to look outside, think outside the box of my painting. You know, don't get too comfortable. Try new things, experiments. You know, he helped, you know, encouraged me. He taught me rhythm and dynamism in my painting. You know, and you know, he was no bullshit. He'd come up to me and say, "Hey, you're doing very good there. Don't do it like her. Her stuff is very boring." And I'm like, oh, I hope she didn't hear that. But I mean, her paintings, the girl in front of me, or like two people ahead of me, she was like, her paintings were kind of boring because she went to the Berlin on the Berlin trip from like a year prior, and she was just painting a building from a photo she took when she was in Berlin. So it was just kind of, you know, kind of stagnant and basic, and I kind of agreed with him. I love straightforwardness. I have no idea what the word for hillbilly is in southern Germany. What is it? Sprich du Deutsch? Du Deutsch? Sprech? I don't know. Oh yeah. And I can paint landscapes too. I enjoy painting landscapes. I just, I kind of, I have a knack for people, at least have told me I have a knack for capturing a person's character pretty accurately. So I think I'm better at portraits than anything else, but I think I can definitely do landscapes as well. Well, I don't just think, I know I can do landscapes well. I can do landscapes. I love painting landscapes. Sometimes I like it even better. It's like, it really puts me into a different world of imagination. They call them Nazis. Whoa. The guy who coined them for the bad people used it as a double entendre. Interesting. That's interesting. Oh my God. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna wear a very, very light bit of makeup here. Very light. Definitely not heavy. Heavy. Not that one. Okay, where is my... Looking for my... not that one. We gotta find that. That's one of my favorites. Where is it? There it is. It's copper. It's definitely like the best. I think it's the best eyeliner color for me, especially when I'm just applied ever so lightly. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Joseph. I hope you're having a good day, Juan. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Okay. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I have my little eyeshadow base. This stuff helps it amplifies the color and makes it come on a lot more smoothly. And this stuff goes such a long way. I mean, this is gonna last me forever. Won't you be my neighbor? You guys. You guys. I was hesitant as to whether or not I should wear this shirt on my live stream, man. I thought, yeah, this is gonna drive some people away. But who cares? I mean, I do care. But, yeah, it's kind of inevitable, man. People are gonna find out what who I am, what I think, and, they can make any assumptions they want, but they're wrong. I mean, there are tons of YouTubers and I hate the word, but influencers, commenters, you name it, just online who think the way I do, and they attract a lot of views, and their audience, they have a good audience. People with integrity. People who are able to listen to people they don't agree with. I like that. That doesn't scare me, listening to people I disagree with. Some people, it's almost like a nightmare fuel for them, listening to, or, even considering the possibility of agreeing with someone who they would usually disagree with. God forbid. Yeah, it's just the name. It's just the name. Maybe if he had a more gentle, less bombastic name, people would have a different impression. But I don't know, man. Back in the day, even Hollywood used to love Trump. Even Oprah. Oprah once suggested to him that he should be president as well. Remember that? But she's definitely there in the Epstein files, if I'm not mistaken. Or if she's not in the Epstein, either that or she was definitely on Diddy Island. She was definitely with Diddy, I'm pretty sure. Either that. I need to look into that again, though. Allegedly, I guess. I should say allegedly. But, because I think that's a thing that YouTube wants you to say. But, yeah, she's fake. She's fake, and so are those bitches from The View. Fake, fake, fake. They all had him on their show a long time ago, and they loved him up until the point he became president, up until the point he had the power to expose all those people. Getting all dolled up? I don't know, dude, because I want to. Because I feel like it. Just a little light makeup, y'all. It's a little day makeup. Little light day makeup. Oh, there's something there. Huh. And I like it very, very light with this, and I love this copper color. Hello. Hello. My name is George Takei. That's probably just a little red there from rubbing too hard. But I'm just gonna try something here. Oh yeah. Who dat? Oh, nothing. It's nothing. Whoa, my God. Wouldn't it be crazy if you saw, we were watching someone's live stream and then there was like some giant, like 9 magnitude earthquake? And you were just watching that unfold and everyone going crazy and everything? Well, that'd be insane. I mean, it's highly possible that, well, not highly, it's not like likely, but it's possible that that could happen here because we're due for a high magnitude earthquake. Hate it when I get that part a little inflamed by rubbing too hard. Oh well. That's weird. Okay. Oh my God, oh yeah. I don't know, that's stuck in my head. Sorry. Okay, let's see if I can. Earthquake. I saw last time where a guy was sleeping in a chair and Cockroachzilla was on the wall. Ooh. Ew, Dawn. Wow. Man, there are so many sleeping live streams, yo. Why is that? That's so dumb. Why are there so many sleeping live streams? I've even contemplated, like, you know, like when I'm really late for my live stream because I have to go back to sleep. I haven't gotten any sleep. I'm like, okay, 1 more hour. I'll get back to them, but I'll let them know beforehand that I'm going to be late. But then I've thought to myself, well, maybe they should just watch me sleep for a little while. And I'm like, what am I thinking? That's the dumbest shit I've ever thought in my life. No way, no. I'm not going to have you guys watch me sleep. That's dumb. Like, why do people do that? That's the dumbest crap I've ever. Whoa. It's because Chappie Wildin', yeah. I don't get it, man. It's like people get paid to just sleep. Literally, they're getting friggin' reward, like cash rewards for just sleeping. I'm not jealous. I'm just like perplexed. But it's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah, I'm not jealous at all because, you know, my at least my channel's interesting. At least we paint, we read the Bible, we talk about recovery from addiction, we play video games, we play with my dog Shando, and everything in between. Daily vlog, skincare, cooking, all sorts of things. You know, this mofo just wants to sleep on the couch. Don't know. Is that like a trend or something? Is it a trend or what? Seems like it's a trend because I keep running into, every time I go look for live streams, people are freaking sleeping. I'm going to make that a little lighter there. Okay, that looks better. That one looks better. It's not as intense as that one there. There we go. That one looks better than that one. Okay. Whoa, my. It's lazy to sleep. Get paid for it. Sounds nice. No adventure. Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing that. Shit. It's just dumb, I think. I know that bed rotting has become a thing amongst Gen Zers and Gen Alpha or whoever. Man, Gen Alpha, man. No one even mentions Gen Alpha because they're like little babies. Like, who is the oldest Gen Alpha? Like 15 years old or something? Actually, they are getting they're getting there. How old is the oldest Gen Alpha? Please tell me you got to watch the Peter Tosh speech. Oh, no. Dude, I had to fall asleep. You know what? I'll watch it right now. But I'll turn microphone off here, okay? So that you guys can see. Okay, I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna comment on it, okay? Now I'll do it, because yeah, like I said, I warned you. I told you I forget. I got some level of ADHD, my friend, and that's not an excuse. That's just a fact and something I struggle with. So, pardon me. It's no disrespect. I'm gonna look that up now. Okay. I always feel bad. I always feel super guilty when I forget that sort of thing, like recommendations from people and stuff like that, and they ask me about it. I'm like, oh no, oh no, no, Anna, not again. Why me? Why am I like this? Why, Jesus? Oh, I love Catherine O'Hara. Just saw a picture of her. Okay. Okay, see, Peter Tosh. Tosh won Love Peace concert speech. Yeah, it's right there. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to turn, well, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get copyrighted if you guys just hear it in the background a little bit. It's just a speech. Yeah. Of course it's not their fault, but I'm just like, I'm saying a lot of people sleeping on their live streams, like intentionally, you know? There's this one chick who does it, and she has everything propped up so her boobs are right there, and you know, full display, and she's just like, and most of the comments are like, why are we doing this? You know, I mean, at least someone in the comments is like, why are we doing this? Okay. Okay, the speech. It's about 7 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, guys, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know if you guys are allowed to hear it, so I'm gonna turn off the sound for a moment.
But hear me now, man. I don't make sure so I come talk to I know, cause I saw lightning I flash. Jamaica have been living under this colonial imperialistic situation for a long time. See? We're irrespective of what's going on now and what government in power. Government have to know that they are unconscious of them constitutional rights when most black people who is called the underprivileged don't know what names are. You might forgot to ask someone. Colonial system of rule, the underprivileged. I am one of them who happen to be in the underprivileged sector. You know, seeing hustled by police brutality times and times again. If I run up and down for a You have the upper middle class, you have the middle class, and the lower middle class.
Yeah.
I and I, who is the poor and the underprivileged and the sufferer in the ghetto, happen to be in the lower middle class, struggling to get in the middle class, and fighting to reach there. Well, the rigid force of poor people don't live in confusion, because hungry people are angry people. I am not a politician, but I suffer the consequences. See?
God, I haven't gotten a copyright notification yet. I turn it on, you know,
Right now, Mr. Manley, me going to talk to you personally on the
I
matter.
turn on the
Like
sound in segments
music.
here just
You see?
in case.
And right now,
You know, I'm trying to understand everything he's saying. He's got a pretty thick Jamaican accent.
you have to make appointment and all the business there. You see? And too much thing and me have to hold of this little country here. Not you alone, Mr. Siaga too. Oh, because the side go. We would like the members of parliament must me go through the lowest degradation of humiliation and incrimination and brutality. And yet still I never bend my mind and say, boy, I make a try lick off a man the shop door and say, for that whole something. Still I not say my brothers are criminal, you know. Learn this. Because when Columbus and Henry Morgan and Francis Drake come on here, I'm gonna call them pirate and put them on a reading book and give us observation.
There's about a minute left there, but it's good. It's good. I can understand most of what he's saying. I mean, I get the gist of it. He's talking about uh, police brutality, where you know, and all that stuff, and the middle class, the poor. I mean, the class system and all that. That's what he's talking about. Okay. Thank you for showing me that. Wish I could understand the act, you know, him a little better. Everybody's different. You can't say what is exactly right for everyone. Well, that's true. Oh, I put the mute on every now and then because I'm trying to play a little video that someone suggested that I watch. Okay? And I don't want to get copyrighted. I've gotten copyright warnings a few times. And I don't want to keep getting those, okay? Because it's someone else's video. I don't know, like, if they have it protected or something. Whether it's music or just someone giving a speech, you know. So it's someone else's video, I'm going to be very careful. I know, it's like, for a long time, I thought that, like, if I showed you something like that, it would be okay. You know, I thought it would only apply to like freaking movies and music videos and stuff like that, but apparently not. Like even you could even get a copyright for showing a clip of a movie from a YouTube short, which to me seems ridiculous. So yeah, now you see why I did that. Yeah, because I don't want to get copyrighted now. But I just know that like I get swept up as soon as I'm done with this live stream. I get swept up in other things and I forget to do certain things that people ask me to do or whatever, you know. I'm probably gonna have to help my dad with something later, but for now we're having our little live stream. But when that time comes, I'll let you know, and we can end it and start another live stream a little later. Could start that painting of Vince McMahon. I want to blend that better. Oh, thank you, Live with August. Hey, you take care. Thank you. And God bless you too, Austin. Just trying to catch up here. Yep. Oh, wait. Yep. Where'd Gary go? I just watched the Peter Tosh video, man. You still here? Awesome. I'm glad, Pedro. That means that the algorithm is liking my content. If I'm in people's recommendations, that's awesome. Okay. Gotcha, Don. Okay, then I figured I probably wouldn't have anything to worry about, but it's like, I've thought that too many times before it all went to crap. I don't know. I was just being a little too cautious, I guess. Ooh, jerk ribs, rasta pasta, and some collard greens. Oh, that sounds delicious. I love that. Collard greens are delicious too. What is it sunny in Houston? What's it like in Houston? Is it a nice place to live? Is it affordable? Do you have like affordable, I don't know, housing or apartments in Houston? No, I'm Ann. I'm Ann, guys. I'm Ann. This is she. This is the same old Ann. I don't have any sisters living here now. Love this thing. Feels so nice. A little bit of Little bit of radiance. Woman now, whoa, yeah. My favorite blush. Yeah, I wasn't getting much proper sleep, that's right. But the show must go on. And maybe I should make a sleeping stream, just so I get proper sleep. Don't worry, don't worry. It's also because I'm not smoking as much weed. I didn't have any weed, and actually, you know, I have a hard time falling asleep without smoking weed. I got those racing thoughts and anxiety. It's like my body's super exhausted, but my mind doesn't shut up. It's the way it's always been. I remember when I was a kid suffering with insomnia that way. It was even worse when I was a kid, I think. At least now it's like I can at least sort of put my mind, I don't know about the word will, but like, yeah, will it, guide it into a relaxed mindset with meditation and perspective. When I was a kid, it was like, oh no, I just can't fall asleep. And you know, the thought of me not ever being able to fall asleep made it so I couldn't fall asleep. The thought of my insomnia and how it was driving me nuts made it so I couldn't even fall asleep. But it's like, yeah, that thought was keeping me up too. If that makes sense. It's almost like I was convincing myself that I could not fall asleep, and therefore I wouldn't be able to fall asleep. It's amazing. Your mind can convince you of all sorts of things that aren't necessarily reality. And you'll feel it like it's real, like you gotta take care of that mind and make sure that you're not like going off the deep end with your I don't know, notions and perceptions of stuff. Sometimes we overcomplicate it too. Well, I hope. Hey. You just talked about quitting drugs, but you were taking them yourself? No, I'm not. I told you I've been clean from heroin. I was a heroin addict for 6 years, and I've been clean from heroin since February 28th, 2023. But I smoke weed sometimes. That's not the same thing. Also, I was allowed to smoke weed in outpatient. You know, I'd get regular UAs, and all they'd see there was like weed, and they'd be fine with it. Because for one thing, it's legal here. And for another, it helps with drug dreams, it helps me eat better, and it helps with my anxiety. You know, there's a stigma around it. It's a plant. You know, it's not the same thing as freaking heroin or meth or stuff like that, you know? Well, yeah, because it's mind altering, right? But it's not the same thing as like heroin. You can't put it on the same level. And I don't think it's a gateway drug. I mean, maybe it is to some people, but you know, not to me. You know, I mean, marijuana. It's like I always feel good after I smoke marijuana. It doesn't make me feel like having other drugs. It makes me feel more contented, introspective in a way. I'm not saying it's like good for everyone, but It's good for some people. Helps with glaucoma. Helps with Parkinson's. Helps with a lot of like manic disorders and stuff like that. But yeah, I never said it wasn't a drug. Never said that. Just said it's not the same as heroin by a long shot. Doesn't kill you. Yeah, I was a pack-a-day cigarette smoker, which is why I'm vaping. So, can't win them all right. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Some people will recommend it, others will say, why are you vaping? Why are you doing something without my permission? Oh, Jeremy Ken. Oh, oh yeah, I know you're a troll. I've seen that guy. I've seen that guy. He's not nice. He was here being very, very rude the other day. Yeah, weed's not it's not that type of drug, you know? I mean, you can call just about anything, like, if that's the case, you can call coffee a drug because it alters your mind, right? It contains chemical compounds that have a specific function to alter your mind. Just like coffee. Even tea. People drink tea to relax, right? Chamomile, anyone? That's a plant. Just because it's relatively strong and makes you goof off a little bit doesn't mean it's like sinful. Albeit, I do not think it's that it isn't respectful to like smoke a bowl and then read the Bible or pray the rosary or whatever, you know? That's something that I think you want to do after you're done with all your duties and everything else, you know? Because it does, for me at least, it dampens motivation. And it does that for a lot of people. So, you know, I try to be moderate with it at the very least. And that way you also get a more fulfilling high from it, you know? But it's not for everyone, and I'm not trying to promote it. Just saying that the reason why I'm honest and the reason why I do is because it every now and then, I haven't done it in like 3 days, is because it helps me sleep. And that's why I've been having such a hard time sleeping. And also it gets rid of the drug dreams, man. Those dreams scare the hell out of me. They're so vivid. Takes me right back to that time, and I don't want to go back there. I smoked 2 joints before I smoked 2 joints, and I smoked 2 more. You're funny, Thurman Merman. Depends how you make it. Outside weed, 3 to 5 THC. Good weed here can be 18. Yeah. I like your personality. Please don't ever change. John from Australia. Thank you, Job. Welcome to my channel. You're always welcome. Gary said sativa you up, indica brings you down. Yep, exactly. And by the way, Gary, I'm not sure if you left briefly or because I didn't see you for a moment there, but unless I missed you. But I watched that Peter Tosh video. It was good. Yeah, it was very, very passionate. And I mean, well, I couldn't understand some of the things he was saying because of his accent and all that. I got the gist of it. Like he was talking about like class systems and oppression and brutality and all that stuff. It was a Peter Tosh, you know, it was pretty relevant for him. yeah, the Rastafarians or the Jamaicans were kind of, you know, they were victimized for a while. Not like the pseudo pretend victims we have here in America. Of course, we could say, but we're sort of victimized in a certain sense, you know, but or we have been. Well, we're doing something about that now, aren't we? Yeah, weed makes me paranoid depending on the environment I'm in when I'm smoking it. Say, if I'm somewhere where there's a lot of people, like a bright grocery store where no one else is high, you know, it's like, and I'm just standing there, the only one feeling that, you know, I feel very, very anxious and paranoid. But if I'm by myself, listening to some nice music in a relaxing environment, I just get all introspective. And sometimes I even have constructive, productive thoughts, which is interesting. Because it can either be just me uselessly paranoid, depending on my environment, or I'm out there in nature by myself with my dog, just sort of, you know, appreciating things, you know, and feeling just the sensations of everything around me. Yeah, yeah, and it helps me eat better, and I've dealt with anorexia, like my whole dang life, practically. Helps with the drug streams, helps with my anorexia. It doesn't seems like it's a good thing for me right now. That's why they had no problem whatsoever when I was doing it, while I was doing patient treatment. Not to mention that it's legal. So that's probably a big reason why they were okay with it. It was legal. Oh my God. Whoa, yeah. Uns. Wow. Okay. I'm thinking I wanna. This lip gloss is supposed to make your lips plumper. Let's see. Let's see if that actually does. Does this make my lips look plumper? One sec. They, you know, this brand, they totally skimp on me. They totally give me way less product. In fact, wouldn't even surprise me if this is one of the samplers. Cause like this didn't have nearly as much lip gloss as what they had. No, it's like, it was probably practically empty when I bought it. Cause I've barely used this and it's like empty. Huh. Highway robbery. My lips are a little chapped, actually. Should probably put on some chapstick instead. Oh, I have some nice chapstick, actually. I have something really nice. Smells like mint and birthday cake a little bit. I'll be right back. I have like a Pikachu lip tint. Check this out. It's so pretty. It's Pikachu. And you know what it's supposed to do? It's supposed to make it's like a mood. Yeah, it kind of broke there. Yeah, I hate that. But it's like, it's a mood lipstick. Like a mood ring. It changes the color of your lips depending on your pH. So any color you get out of it's gonna, I mean, with the color that I get is gonna work with my pH. It's gonna be like the perfect tint for my skin tone. Like that. See? Isn't that nice? Uh-oh. That thing's just sort of, push it in there a little. Oh. Don't you just hate it when your lipstick breaks? Yeah, that looks good. Oh, I like that, actually. Helps me focus, lock in, etc. I read blueprints for a living, so you kind of have to be locked in. Yeah, for sure. For sure, it does. It can lock you in, like depending on what you're doing. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, my hair's slightly wet, so I fix my bangs there so they're not all weird. Mm. I might have to fix my bangs a little. Ooh, well, I do have water here. One sec. Ah, yep. Okay. Bangs are really long. Okay. Mm. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, those bangs are weird now. I'm gonna have to fix them. Distorting stream in 4 minutes? What are you talking about, Brent? Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a good. I like mood lipsticks because they're appropriate for your skin tone. They match. They give you a matching shade for your tone. And then you can just like kind of pat it dry, and it still, you know, gives you a nice color there. But let me show you this. This is chapstick, and it's tinted, so it's pretty, really pretty. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know if you guys are gonna think this is too dark or what, but oh yeah, that feels good on my lips because my lips are really chapped. There we go. Oh, I like that. Birds. I do not want Rick O'Connell bangs. I don't want Sweet Life of Zach and Cody bangs. 1 minute to destroy chart. Where did I get the lipstick? Do you mean the Pikachu lipstick? Stacy, I got this on Amazon. Just look for Pikachu Moods lipstick. They have a ditto one that's purple. Yeah, look on Amazon. They have a, yeah. I mean, I can't like advertise the brand to you unless permission, right? I'm not sure how that works, but I don't want to get in trouble for, you know, showing brands and stuff. But yeah, just look on Amazon for like a Pokemon lip tint. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, destroy the like and subscribe buttons. Ooh, wow, Brent is trying to spam. Brent is trying to spam. Let's hide him. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know, that guy's being a troll. Yeah, just keep brushing it down like that. I'm like one of those dogs who can't see ever because his hair's in his eyes all the time. What do you call those? Like an English sheepdog? I'm an English sheepdog, guys. Woof. Woof. TC, I think this is like the perfect like lip makeup for me. It's light. It's not too dark. I mean, I love vampy makeup though, but it depends on my mood, and I think this is the most flattering on me personally. Maybe a little bit on my eyebrows too. I have some tweezers somewhere. It's been a long time since I've plucked my eyebrows. It's been a long time since I've done that. I've got a bunch of tweezers somewhere. Oh wait, they're over here. They're over here somewhere. Here we go. It's just, yeah, I don't know. Actually, these tweezers are a little weak. I got some better ones for this. I don't know what that's supposed to do. At least they're cute. They're purple. I know I've got some better ones. Meh. That infuriates me. Ariana Grande's boyfriend. The Broadway SpongeBob left his wife for Ariana Grande. His wife gave up everything in her life for him to chase his SpongeBob dream, only for him to go off with Ariana Grande. And then he has the audacity to keep wiggling his hips and going, nah. The audacity. Freaking fills me with that little, you can find a YouTube short of that. It fills me with freaking rage. I bet I could show you that. I don't know though. I'm like scared now to show you anything. This kind of day, it couldn't get much better, but it keeps on trying. Yeah. I just wanna rage. He fills me with, it just fills me with absolute rage. I'm kidding. Not. It's so cringe. It's so cringe. Guarantee if you guys watch me watch that video, you're gonna see the biggest cringe expression on my face you've ever seen. Oh boy. Ditto makeup is 2 on the nose, considering that it is the transformation Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah. It's the same as the Pikachu. It's just a mood lipstick. Mood, like a mood ring. It's just purple versus yellow. It's not like that makes my lips yellow or anything like that. It's just, you know, it's a mood. It's like a mood ring. It just sort of works with your pH, I think. Am I almost out or something? Oh, there we go. There we go. And that might be almost out, huh? Why is that one that looks so much more bombastic than the other? Huh? Bombastic side eye. There we go. Kind of like, yeah. Gotta see it like, see it from another angle. It's hard to say. Yeah, that's fine. Who dat? I was trying to tell you something last night, but I fell asleep. That's okay, Danny. Been there. I do that all the time. Get distracted. I'm about to do something, get distracted by something. um, Thank you. Yeah, I think this is a good makeup look right here. Very natural looking. It just amplifies my features. The copper eyeshadow amplifies my blue eyes. That's a good color for me. It isn't making me look washed out, or it just amplifies my natural features. That's what makeup should do. Come on, bangs, don't be such a pain in my butt. There we go. That's looking better now. A little bit. Oh, I love this brush. Shall we read a Bible passage, guys? I do need positive friends. You're right about that. I have a few positive friends, you know, it's just like quality over quantity. I will stay in the light. Don't you worry about that, Aragorn. He was one of my favorite characters from The Lord of the Rings, by the way. The kind of man I hope to meet one day. The mogging face. I don't know what you mean by that. Man, I love Pokemon too. The original Pokemon. You know, it is naturally like this. This is how it dries, you know? Like that. It's, you know, it's like kind of slightly, ever so slightly curly. I don't know what you'd call that when it's just like kind of like at the bottom, but it's not like it's just like it's like that. I take care of my hair, guys. I eat a lot of eggs. Eggs have biotin, and I apply every now and then. I apply Botana oil to my hair, not as often as I used to. And I apply this coconut hair mask that has keratin and biotin in it. Just got some of that stuff after not having it for a while, and it makes my hair smell so good. It smells like shea butter and coconut. Yeah, I agree. People who are rude should just stop it. Thank you, Natasha. It's always so nice to see other fellow women on my channel, you know? I have nothing against guys, okay? But I have like 90% guys watching me from the last time I checked my YouTube studio. It's always such a, you know, pleasant surprise to see other women on my channel. That's what just kind of wrong. Yeah, I want it to be more like 50-50. Mm. Oh, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Aragorn, hey, I'll share my Instagram and other information with you guys, okay? Like my Discord, PayPal, Cash App, and all that. In case you guys would like to donate or anything, you don't have to, but Any help is appreciated. See, it is not necessary, but I very much appreciate you coming to my channel. Yes. Okay, so Instagram. Yeah, I'll show you my Instagram because that's where I show you all my art. Okay, that's where you find all of my art, basically. So it's cut art. Santa Katrina. Anna.Katrina.art. And then my Discord is going to be, oh great, I gotta check out those numbers. 473 473 473 473. Okay. Okay, and that's my Discord. All right. It's gonna be at MG333, and then the other one is it's gonna be Shando the Dog. Yeah, I share this. I share this and pin it in every live stream. So there we go. I do play on Steam. I bought a bunch of video games off of Steam, namely like Cyberpunk 2077, Ghostwire Tokyo, a bunch of Nancy Drew games. Yeah. I'm doing good. Wait. Hey, I'm gonna be 35 in February 26th. You've been off heroin for 28 years as of January 4th. Good for you, Stacy. Oh my gosh, congratulations. That's a long time. You're very strong, and I think you're so beautiful. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, you're always welcome to my channel. Oh, happy early birthday, man. By the way, I still don't know what to call you because I don't speak Russian and I can't pronounce that. So let me know if there's something you would like for me to call you. A name, anything. Steam always has good deals. Oh, absolutely. I got Cyberpunk for like 75% off, guys. Like, I bought that game for just $10 or $15. Same with Ghostwire Tokyo. Got a lot of those games on sale. I'm doing good. Dexter. Sort of a kink in it. Anyway, it's lovely. I'm trying to grow my hair and I'm not having much luck. Yeah, it takes time. I did use minoxidil for a little bit and then someone told me it's not actually good for my hair because if I stop using it, hair will start falling out. So I kind of like stopped doing that. But they have like hair growth pills. I'm not sure how well they work. I just I'm waiting for some. Got an Amazon gift card and because I took something back and I bought some actual hair supplements instead. So I'm hoping those work. So I they have a really good rating actually. I know that Amazon some like fakes their reviews and stuff a lot, but yeah, it's some pretty legitimate looking reviews too concerning those things. They also have this stuff called Viviscal, which I heard my mom swears by that stuff. She's had people tell her, your hair looks great after taking that stuff, but it takes a while. Hell, man, it can take like 2 years for your hair to be like long at all, you know. I'm hoping my hair grows past my collarbones by the end of this year. Hopefully. I have dyed my hair before. Yeah, in the past. I've dyed it like a kind of an auburn red, kind of like a burgundy-ish. Thank you. But yeah, this is my natural hair color. I haven't dyed it in ages. Oh, thank you, Pedro. Of course I don't take that rudely. Thank you. Hmm. Hmm. Just trying to catch up here. Oh, this isn't like, oh, this is my vape? This isn't Blueberry Ice. This is Sour Gush. It's not my favorite, though. I just, you know, I couldn't buy my own vape. So, like, oftentimes when my dad gets himself a new one, he'll give me his old vape if it's like at 10 or 0% or something like that. But oftentimes, even though it's 0%, there's still a lot of flavor left. And it seems like there's still a lot of flavor left here. It doesn't taste like gasoline or anything. Just, it tastes the way it would if you just bought it. Well, not just bought it. It tastes a lot fresher when you just buy it, but still, it's not bad. Thank you, Gage. Who's trolling streams? Clorox. Where's Clorox? If Clorox is still here, he ain't welcome. Yeah. Yeah, that guy's a real creep. The mogging face. I don't know what you mean by that, man. Yes. Okay. Lego Force Ghost Yoda is canonically the strongest video game character ever made. Seriously? Are you sure about that? Considering all the video game characters we could bring up. Are you sure about that? What about Mario? I didn't even know who Ghost Yoga was. What about Donkey Kong? What about Link? What about Zelda? What about Sonic? My favorite genre of games, I like RPGs. I like RPGs. I like stuff like Skyrim. I like stuff like Cyberpunk. What do you call games like Cyberpunk 2077 and games like Ghostwire Tokyo, right? I like games like that the most. But I really enjoy old school RPGs as well, like Xenogears, Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger, and I really enjoy race games like the Need for Speed or any kind of race car game or racing game, I should say. Any kind of racing game I enjoy. One of my childhood friends taught me how to play those racing games a lot better. And that, like, he said, don't press on the joystick so gosh darn hard. You know, it's like you gotta press on that joystick nice and like you gotta, you know, just it's hard to explain. But when you're turning a corner, don't press that thing so hard you're gonna break it. Not only that, but like you play a lot better when you're, you know, you're kind of like, I have a hard time describing that, but you don't press down on the joystick or whatever too roughly. You have to go with the flow. I fucking I don't even know how to describe it, but he taught me how to play race car games, and from that moment on, I play those games really well. I'm actually really good at race car games. You're funny, Fixa. What's my best genre? Yeah, I would say stuff like Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, that's that. I love that game. Especially the ones with like plot twists and cool story elements, and also like those games where like your decisions ultimately dictate what's gonna happen next, you know? Consequential games like that. I like them. Hi, Lucian. How's it going? Oh, I have Resident Evil, but I haven't played it yet because, well, for one thing, I didn't have a controller at the time, and the controls are a little off. I need to figure out. I have Resident Evil 4, one of the best ones. Actually, my favorite Resident Evil was Resident Evil 0. I had that on GameCube when I was a teenager. Don't know what the hell happened to my GameCube. It's somewhere around here. You want me to play Resident Evil 4, huh? Why don't we can if it, I mean, we could. Anyone else want me to play Resident Evil right now? I need to get one of those mirrors. Speaking of which, I could get one of those now. Yeah, I liked Resident Evil 0, right? Because you were on like a spooky train and everything, and you know, the graphics were actually pretty good for its time. I've been supposed meet Hanako at Timbers for like 3 years now. Huh. I have no idea who that is. Hi, Powdered Water. How's it going? I don't know Resident Evil Veronica Virus. No. And I really wanted to buy Silent Hill, but that game was so expensive. But I did watch I did play a little bit when my brother had it, and I watched the entire walkthrough. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you for the $2. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. That is the best plot twist in video game history, Code Veronica. Really? I'll write that down then. Because I write down your suggestions. Especially if they're video games. There's a list of video games I want to buy. Oh yeah, crack my back. Oh yeah. Okay, Code Veronica. Code Veronica, Code Veronica. Where's our little paper? Here we go. Recommendations. All right, wrote it down. Ain't that a pretty pen? Okay. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 does have a cult following. Huh. It's considered one of the best ones, which is why I got it. It's the final mission in Cyberpunk that I keep putting off. Dude, the final mission is so cool. You gotta play that whole game. It's so good. I haven't cut my hair, no. No. I've just washed it. Oh, look how shiny it is. remember when my hair was a little more dry and frizzy when I was deep in my anorexia. I don't want that. I do like to wear my hair up, yeah. And I'm gonna, as soon as my hair dries a little bit, I put it partially up. I just gotta wait for my hair to dry a little bit, otherwise it's gonna pull and not be comfortable. Hey, Axel Pierce. It's good to see you, nice and early. I'm having a good day. How are you, Deaf Skater? Thank you, Zebra. Yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, we'll be working on that Vince McMahon painting tonight. Here, let me show you my work in progress. So far, we have, oh yeah, we're also going to read some of the Bible here. But we also, yeah, we're going to finish this. We've worked on the background so far. Some of the background, not all of it. Vince McMahon so far, guys. It's a work in progress. See that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like how that's looking. I like how that's looking. You like how it's looking? Vince McMahon. He looks like a combination of Dracula and Sam Neill, from the main character from Jurassic Park. The first Jurassic Park. Alan. Yeah, don't you kind of see it? Well, you see it even more in the photo reference. But yeah, that's Vince McMahon. Thank you, Lucian. Absolutely, I do requests. Yeah, in fact, we're going to have a bid war. I'm going to be painting, and we're going to be having bid wars and stuff like that. So, the price is right. We will debate, or, yeah, we will have a bid war. That'll be fun. Joseph Bukvik. Do you even pronounce the Z, or is the Z silent? Is the Z silent? Oh dear. One sec. Excuse me. Okay, is the Z silent? Who? Joseph Zubek. No. Bukvik. Tony Stark. Hell yeah, I can do that. Axel Pierce. Yeah, I can do that. And then we can have a bid war. Or you, if you'd like to buy that painting, yeah, I'll paint that just for you. And we can discuss like price and all that. But yeah, I'll paint Tony Stark. That's an excellent thing to paint, because Tony Stark is Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Downey Jr. has been through the same mill that a lot of us have been through. And he is so inspiring. Let's see. I'm gonna look up that artist. Joseph. Let's see. Joseph Zbovic. There we go. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, guys. I love this shit. I've seen work like this. I just love. Okay, check this out, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful stuff, okay? Look at that. What? It's a watercolor. Look what he does with the reflections. That's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. See, that takes so much technique. I love that. I love the crisp edges and the reflections. My goodness. Now that's gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful. I especially love the nautical themed ones. Yeah, this guy's a real pro. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool? Beautiful. I'd like to just watch this guy paint. See how he does all this. Look at this atmospheric perspective here. Gorgeous. Look at that atmospheric perspective. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh, look at all the, oh my goodness. Beautiful. Ooh, I love that. Love that. The red. Huh. Huh. Some looks like some chefs at work. Or even looks like baristas. Looks like he's got like an espresso machine or something back there. Haha. Cool. That's so cool, guys. Thanks for showing me that. Watercolor can be hard and easy at the same time. Exactly. It's like you can't be too precious. You can't be too like careful because you're gonna make it rigid. But you can't be too spontaneous and too slapstick. Otherwise, you're gonna end up either overdoing it or making a mistake, or you know, you gotta be like the horseman guiding the horse. You gotta find a way to control it, dance with it. I love watercolor because of that. You know, there's so many cool techniques you can apply with watercolor. Yeah, that's the thing, Rebel Duster. Like, but, you know, I mean, I used to be like that with watercolor too. It would get all muddy. There's a specific technique you have to apply to avoid that. So, you know, if you'd like to try watercolor, it might behoove you to watch a tutorial and see like how other people do it, and that like just watching one tutorial can help you with that instantly. Can, you know, you're like, aha, it gives you that aha moment. Hey, Shando. What's up, boy? What you doing? What you doing, big boy? Yeah. Don't even. I always thought of watercolor painting as trying to hold cold smoke in your cupped hands. Well, that makes it seem intimidating as heck. It's really not that bad. With watercolor, you want to watch the tutorial. Look up how to produce watercolor painting. Look up how to watercolor paint, and then just experiment with it. Don't try to make something big. Just experiment. You know, and it's super fun to experiment with. There's like, you know, sometimes you just apply water to the paper, and then you apply thick brushes of watercolor paint to it, and it just spreads out into a bloom, and it can reach the edges and give you nice crisp edging there. Or there's like the dry brush technique where you don't necessarily use water, you just, you know, dip it in the wet watercolor. That's, I mean, it's already, you know, wet. That, you know, I like to get, it doesn't really matter what kind of watercolor you get, but I like the tubes a lot too. The tubes are pretty nice. Yep. Yeah. Overthinking it can, you know, make it so that you don't even try. That, you know, just don't overthink it. Experiment. Experimentation often, you know, it often yields discovery and a new hobby even. So get into it, man. I highly recommend it. Yeah. Hmm. How much? Axel Pierce, sorry, I didn't see that message. I'm trying to catch up now. How much for the Tony Stark painting? Well, for a watercolor painting, I usually charge $200 if not more. Oil paintings are a lot more expensive, of course. Oh, I haven't watched Shando yet. No. It's raining. He doesn't like the rain. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we should go though. After this first live stream, we'll go for a walk. That's what we do. That's what we do every day. Unless he's too freaking scared to go out. Ever since the New Year's fireworks, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. He's like, I'm not going out there anymore. I don't trust it. But most of the time, he's okay. Right, baby? It's disconcerting that you get so scared more often now to go outside. We gotta go places, honey. Yeah. That's really too bad that people just had to play with their fireworks like 3 days after the holiday. He was like, maybe it's okay now. We go outside, there's one pop off in the distance, and he's like, nope, 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 nope. Just does a U-turn back into the house, like, scared to death, and there's no way I can force him to go because he's so strong, and I don't want to force him. Powdered Water said, I won my art scholarship from the Brooks Art Museum League by drawing a cross-hatched picture of yellow sweatpants. Wow. With a tear and a grass stain on the knee. It had minimal color. Well, that's awesome. That's pretty awesome, Powdered. Yeah, sometimes simplicity and just showing your how well you can do with that is all that counts, and making a good piece. Yeah, I'm sure you really aced all the technical detailing and all that too. I would love to see that painting, Powdered Water. Do you do you have an Instagram that you show any of your art on, or what? I'd love to see that. That's right, Shando. No rain, no rainbows. No rain, no rainbows. Are you a sweetheart, buddy? Are you my baby? Look at him. Look at him. Baby. Let's turn on this light here. Wow. Wow. Are you patiently waiting for me, baby? I know. Are you mad? You're not mad. You just tired. It's okay. We'll do something, okay? We'll go for a walk soon, okay? Oh, we will. We absolutely will, honey. Of course. Of course. Of course. He's looking me right in the eyes, guys. Okay, baby. We will. We will. Let's just read some Bible verses, guys. And we'll end this live stream. You don't have his consent to put him on camera. He is camera shy, guys. Which is why I don't always shove it in his face, like, You're my baby, and I love you. We're going to read a Bible verse, okay? Anyone have a suggestion for what we can read right now? We end the live streams with a Bible verse. Anyone have a suggestion? I've got crazy visuals in my head. Drawing is just me learning how to translate them. Corinthians, okay. What's this? There we go. Corinthians. We'll just start with the first. Okay. Corinthians, the first letter of Paul to the Corinthians. Paul, called by the will of God to be an apostle of Christ Jesus.
Oh, he's gonna go in the bed. Look at him. Look at him. Wow. You just rest your paws. You just rest your sweet paws. Ow.
I love him. Okay. All right. Paul, called by the will of God to be an apostle of Christ Jesus, and our brother Sosthenes, to the church of God which is at Corinth, to those sanctified in Christ Jesus, called to be saints together with all those who in every place call on that the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, both their Lord and ours. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I give thanks to God always for you, because of the grace of God which was given you in Christ Jesus, that in every way you were enriched in him, with all speech and all knowledge, even as the testimony to Christ was confirmed among you, so that you are not lacking in any spiritual gift, as you wait for the revealing of our Lord Jesus Christ, who will sustain you in the end, guiltless in the day of our Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you very much. God is faithful. Yep, okay. God is faithful, by whom you were called into the fellowship of his Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. I appeal to you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that all of you agree, and that there be no dissensions among you, but that you be united in the same mind and the same judgment. For it has been reported to me by Chloe's people that there is quarreling among you, my brethren. What I mean is that each one of you says, I belong to Paul, or I belong to Apollos, or I belong to Cephas, or I belong to Christ. Is Christ divided? Was Paul crucified for you? Or were you baptized in the name of Paul? I am thankful that I baptized none of you except Crispus and Gaius. Okay, I'll start that sentence over. Or were you baptized in the name of Paul? I am thankful that I baptized none of you except Crispus and Gaius, lest any one should say that you were baptized in my name. I did baptize also the household of Stephanas. Beyond that, I do not know whether I baptized anyone else. For Christ did not send me to baptize, but to preach the gospel, and not with eloquent wisdom, lest the cross of Christ be emptied of its power. For the word of the cross is folly to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved, it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and the cleverness of the clever I will thwart. Where is the wise man? Where is the scribe? Where is the debater of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? For since in the wisdom of God the world did not know God through wisdom, it pleased God through the folly of what we preach to save those who believe. For Jews demand signs, and Greeks seek wisdom. But we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews, and folly to Gentiles. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God and the wisdom of God. Wait, sorry, I must have skipped a line. But we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and folly to Gentiles. But to those who are called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ, the power of God, okay, and the wisdom of God. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. For consider your call, brethren. Not many of you were wise according to worldly standards. I need some water. Ah, nice. For consider your call, brethren. Not many of you were wise according to worldly standards. Not many were powerful. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. God chose what is low and despised in the world, even things that are not, to bring to nothing things that are, so that no human being might boast in the presence of God. He is the source of your life in Christ Jesus, whom God made our wisdom, our righteousness, and sanctification and redemption. Therefore, as it is written, let him who boasts boast of the Lord. Oh boy. Wow, look at all the spamming. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Yep. I love that. 13:13. When I came to you, brethren, I did not come proclaiming to you the testimony of God in lofty words or wisdom, for I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. And I was with you in weakness and in much fear and trembling. And my speech and my message were not in plausible words of wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and power. That is your faith. Your faith might not rest in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Yet among the mature we do impart wisdom, although it is not a wisdom of this age, or of the rulers of this age, who are doomed to pass away. But we impart a secret and hidden wisdom of God, which God decreed before the ages of our glorification. None of the rulers of this age understood this, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. But as it is written, what no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man conceived, what God has prepared for those who love him. God has revealed to us through the Spirit. For the Spirit searches everything, even the depths of God. For what person knows a man's thoughts except the spirit of the man? For what person knows a man's thoughts except the spirit of the man which is in him? So also, no one comprehends the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is from God, that we might understand the gifts bestowed on us by God. And this word taught by human wisdom, but taught by the Spirit, interpreting spiritual truth to those who possess the Spirit. The unspiritual man does not receive the gifts of the Spirit of God, for they are folly to him, and he is not able to understand them because they are spiritually discerned. The spiritual man judges all things, but is himself to be judged by no one. For who has known the mind of the Lord so as to instruct him? But we have the mind of Christ. Anyone have another suggestion? Let's see. Yeah, anyone have another suggestion? How's everyone doing? I'm gonna fix my hair a little. Oh, there we go. Nice. Whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, 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 whoa, oh, oh, whoa, oh, oh. All my single ladies, 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 and put your hands up. That music video just reminds me of DuckTales. I don't know why. Reminds me of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Oh, thank you, Yankee Word. Ooh, I might have to be pulling my hair a little much there. Ah. It's hard to not pull my darn hair, and I am way too far away. Ah, there we go. I'm not that kind of girl. I don't want to deserve. I don't do methadone, no. I do. I am. They have me on Suboxone, and I'm weaning down from it as we speak. It's actually I'm making great progress on that too. Hey, I'm not leaving quite yet. I don't know when my dad plans on asking me for his help, but seems like he needed to go down and help my mom, and I've lost him now, so who knows? Maybe we won't do that today. Please be good. Please don't pull. It's always some hair pulling, right? It's always one hair that wants to be a dick. Damn it. It's always that one hair. One tuft of hair wants to be a bitch. Maybe it's because there's like a hair that's too short in there. Like a ghost, I'll be gone. All my single ladies, all my single ladies. Okay. All the hairs that are bound to pull, get out of there. Get out of there. There we go. Okay, come on, out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. You're not welcome. Oh, yeah. Okay, come on. Don't pull now. Please don't pull. Oh, yeah. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. There we go. A little bit there. Pull it. Okay. We'll hopefully get this one. This is good arm exercise, my friends, because now my arms are starting to, my biceps are like burning when I do this. This is good arm exercise, doing my hair even. Speaking of which, I should lift some weights. Yeah, there we go. I think, hopefully. Let's see. There we go. Be cool. That looks great. All right. Yeah, my hair feels really nice today. Or I should say it's looking really nice. Oh, she's banned you. Yeah, it's hard, man, like to discern that because even I have a hard time pulling and tugging on my hair, but that's that's mostly because my hair is kind of at varying lengths at the moment. I had a buzz cut not like last year. And yeah, so it's like I'll try to put my hair up in one piece, but there are some hairs that are too short, and so it's like tugging. Oh, thank you, Yankee Ward. Thank you, Phil. Doing great. How are you? Okay, guys, I gotta go use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back, okay? Shoes. Move it. Okay. Oh, hey, buddy. Careful now. Hi. Oh, whoa. Goodness gracious. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I gotta use the restroom, honey. Okay. All right. One sec. Holy moly. Where's my other shoe? There we go. I'll be right back, guys. Sweetheart. Hey, guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Action. I'm staying in Iton Hospital in the UK. Excuse me. My 15-year-old son broke his knee on Wednesday. Oh, that sounds painful, my friend. My 15-year-old son broke his knee on Wednesday at school, so his parent guardian, as his parent guardian, I'm on PP disposal duty. The opposite of the water boy. Okay. Wow, breaking your knee, man. That sounds like the most painful thing you could ever do to your leg. Oh, God. Like, the knee is the most painful thing you can injure. One of them. The kneecap. I'd say, of all the places you could get shot, the most painful has got to be, like, the kneecap, right? Oh, my gosh. I thought of it. The very thought, man. That's the last place I want to get shot is in the kneecap. I'll tell you what. The doll moved. They can take your world, they can take your heart, cut you loose from all you know. But if it's your fate, then every step forward will always be a step closer to home. Thank you, Black Box. Well, the thing about methadone is like, I veered away from methadone, chose Suboxone because, I mean, I've heard there's some pretty bad things about Suboxone recently. If you take it for very, very long, this is why I'm weaning down from it. But I've seen lines in like the methadone clinics, lines of people waiting for their methadone every morning. Oh God, and everyone, like the people who are over age 30 seem to all be on crutches, or over 40 maybe. So yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock. How about in about 10 minutes, we'll end this live stream and we'll continue another one. I'll continue my painting. I think I need to take Shando out. Yeah. I mean, he's pretty chill right now. Hopefully he doesn't trick me, because sometimes he gets cold feet because of he's worried there's still fireworks out there. Oh, baby. Yep, I'm still on live. Yep. In about 10 minutes, we're going to end it, though, okay? Because I got to take care of some things, and then we'll start another one at 5 o'clock. Or 5:30. We'll see. Between 5 and 5:30. I've been vaping. That's how I stopped cigs, guys. It's hard. Yeah. Yep, he has an operation on Monday. He plays rugby, usually. Man, that's an intense sport. But he was playing soccer. Thank goodness for our NHS and free hospital care in the UK. Yeah. Absolutely. Jeez, oh man. I can imagine the pain, man. I can almost feel the pain just thinking about it. Ooh, gives me the shivers thinking about it. 5:51 over there? Yep. Over here it's almost 3 o'clock p.m. I'm gonna wear my Pikachu Mood lips. Actually no. Because my lips are chapped. I need something a little more moisturizing. Moisturize me. Where did I put that thing? Where did I put that lip balm? Ba 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 boom ba boom 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 boom. Where is it? See it anymore? Where is it? Where did I put it? It was I have another one over there. I'll see. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll just get the other one. Wait. It's just a moment. I got two of these guys. Got really, really chapped lips today. Put this somewhere I'm not gonna lose it. Right. Right there. There we go. That's a good color. Moisturize. Yes, please like and subscribe, everyone. It's very much appreciated. We got about 7 minutes for this one live stream, and again, we're gonna have another one at about between 5 and 5:30. And if anything comes up, I'll let you know. If I have to postpone it for another hour or two, I'll let you know. But it's I plan on 5 and 5:30. The only thing it'll depend on is like if my dad needs my help with something, you know, and I'll have to go do that first. But we'll see. I'm not a lesbian. Yeah, I'm gonna be 35 too pretty soon, Jamal. I'm gonna be 35 in this coming month, February 26th. January 30th already. Holy crap. Got like a itch on my nose. I think I smeared my lipstick on it. Modern hippie? No, I'm not a hippie. Why do you say that? I don't look like a hippie. I used to be a bit of one, actually. I used to be. Back in the day. Well, thank you, Yankee. OMG, you were... Oh boy, someone's mad. Oh no, you're not mad. You're being... You're okay. You're being... Thank God, you're being sarcastic. OMG, you're a Trump supporter? How can you support someone who's attempting to make the world a safer place for everyone, bring true education back to our youth, and is trying to eradicate rapists? I'm so glad I read that whole thing. I thought you were mad for a moment, dude. Thank you, Cosmic Egghead. You're awesome. Joke's on you. Bang, 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 bang. And I got muscles. Yeah? I shave them so that, number one, it just looks cleaner. Number two, it doesn't distract from the guns, from the gold. No, you didn't, Steve Victor. I was never a feminist. I appreciate the suffragettes and the women who made it so that we have rights, and I appreciate all that and I respect it. But modern feminism is something I cannot identify with. I do not approve of it. I think it's, I think there's a lot of victim mentality and people just insisting that they're victims when in fact we have the same rights as men these days. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not a modern day feminist or a radical feminist. The difference between a feminist and a radical feminist is feminists just want equality all around, right? But a radical feminist wants to retaliate. A radical feminist wants to get back at men. And a radical feminist is essentially like a man hater, wants to have revenge. But not I mean, that's not what feminism is about. It's about equality, and we have equality. So, and also we're different, you know. It isn't like sexist to say that men are physically stronger than us, but it is sexist to say that men are smarter than us, because that's just not true. Or mentally more strong, that's not true. We're finding out more and more every day that there are various types of intelligence. Women aren't dumber because we have smaller brains. Our neurons in our brains are actually more compact. We have just as many neurons and receptors in our brains. They're just more compact, you know? It's like anyone who thinks that is an idiot. Anyone who thinks that we're dumb, or anyone who thinks that we're victims or anything like that, they're wrong. So you would accept and appreciate when a man attempts to help you load a heavy object into your vehicle after seeing you struggle? Hell yeah, I would. But I'd be a little wary, because that's kind of how you get Silence of the Lambs. Remember that scene from Silence of the Lambs when she tried to help some guy, some really kind-hearted lady tried to help some, like, the bad guy, and she didn't know he was a bad guy? Yeah, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Of course I have to be careful. There are bad people out there. There are slime balls who will hurt me. So I gotta be, that exists and always has existed. You know, women still have to be careful. But that doesn't mean you have to be like a man hater, you know? There are bad people in this world, men and women. It doesn't matter what your gender is. There are bad people in this world. And good people. Gotta try to find the good people. And you know, don't have to be a bitter feminazi. But that's just my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. I appreciate that I'm allowed to wear pants and ride bikes and all this other stuff now, and have my own credit card and all that. I can appreciate the women who have given me that opportunity without having to be a man hater, you know? It's ridiculous. What's your opinion of counseling or therapy? Went through a rough one today and dropped them, huh? Well, I think you have to be careful about what therapist you choose, right? I happen to be lucky. I found a really good therapist. I think that it's not for everyone. It's not, and you know, but it can be helpful as a tool. It helps me, in a way, it helps me to navigate my responses to things, my thoughts, my mental state. My therapist encourages me to do my art. He encourages me to, you know, we talk through all the issues I have with my anxiety and stuff. We do thought records. It can be very constructive. It can be very helpful. I think when you're like dealing with recovery from addiction, having a drug counselor is very helpful. I'm not saying it's the end all be all or the cure. Someone once said, "Oh, you're so wrong for thinking the therapy's a cure," and I never ever said it was a cure. Like I was just freaking pulling that out of his ass. No, it's not a cure, but it can be a helpful tool for some people. I agree. Yes, that's absolutely fair, Phil Hill. That means you're a good person, and I mean, I hope one of these days that you find Christ or what, you know. But I think you're a good person, and that's kind of where I was for a long time, you know. I was like agnostic. I told myself, like, how could I know God exists? How could I have the audacity to claim that I know? But throughout my recovery, he has shown me himself in my heart in various ways and protected me. I just know it. It's hard to explain. It's impossible for me to explain that. Kudos, I have ADHD. I found counseling difficult. I found group therapy very good for my demons. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that can be very helpful too, man. I mean, we're all different and what helps us and what you know aids us in our recovery. Different things will be beneficial for different people or not as helpful for different people. You know, you gotta just experiment and try different things. Granted that it's good and wholesome and more than likely to help. Hi Hakai, how are you doing? Hello to you. Oh, it's 3 o'clock now. Well guys, Shando seems to be sleeping now. It's like, should I stop the live stream because Shando's so relaxed over there? Look at my boy. Look at my boy. I do need to charge my phone though. Okay, there's me baby. Oh, he heard me with the baby voice. He slightly opened his eyes. I love him with all my heart. He is a handsome boy, isn't he? He got the muscles. Yeah, I gave him a DNA test on Embark, and before then I thought he was a Ridgeback for the longest time. But he's got from most to least, Golden Retriever, Boxer, Rottweiler, American Pit Bull Terrier, and a Mastiff. He's got 5% Mastiff. He's got around 30-something% Golden Retriever, 20 upper 20s, like 27, 20, between 27, 29% Boxer. He's got like 19% Rottweiler. He's got 15% something American Pit Bull Terrier, and he's got 5% Mastiff. Mm-hmm. Yep, Embark. That's a DNA like test for dogs, and it's supposed to be one of the more accurate ones. Yep, he's got like 4 guard dogs and then just 1 goofy dog. and you know, he's a character. He's the smartest dog I've ever known in my life. It took me 1 day to potty train this dog, guys. 1 day. He was 2 months old when I got him. And I remember when I got him, like, there was a time when he did pee and shit in the house when I first got him. So it's like, it's not like he knew how before I got him. But yeah, I trained him to go outside, and he, you know, he learned fast. He learns directions super fast. I take him to my friend's house where she has her dog, and he's best friends with my friend's dog, who's around the same age. And I went to her house, you know, we went up to her apartment 1 time. That's all it took for him to know the way there. Like I couldn't find the place. I was like, where's this place again? But Shando just led me right to it. Only the 2nd time he'd ever been there. He also seems to know the difference between left and right. I say left before we even turn, just to test him, and he goes left. What's my favorite food? I never said it was pizza. Where are you getting that idea? But I love pizza. Haven't had it in a long time. There are some really good pizza joints in Portland too. I want to go down there and have something real good. I got like Sizzle Pie and Escape from New York. Oh, I think Escape from New York might be my favorite. Can you try to guess my favorite? Why, yes, you may, man. Guess it. Cream of wheat? No. Cream of wheat's not my favorite by any means. It's just, it's a comfort food right now, but it's because, you know, I mean, I remember it from my childhood, and it just kind of gives me nostalgia eating it. A lot of foods that we enjoy are foods that we enjoyed in our childhoods, right? I like an excellent burger. But you know what I also really love? That's healthy, a healthy burger with real grass-fed beef and fresh ingredients and a toasty bun that's not mushy. And I like Chinese dim sum and Korean hot pot. Granted that the dim sum is like of the steamed and boiled variety with the chicken feet and the rice wraps and the buns, sticky buns and the pork buns and oh yeah, buddy. Baked ziti, no, no. I like Chinese dim sum of the steamed and boiled variety as long as it's not like deep fried, greasy stuff. And you know, and I like a good burger. A really good burger that's healthy. A healthy burger. You know, not a vegan burger. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real grass-fed beef that's medium rare. You're making me hungry too, my whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy. Huh, here we go. Yeah, I just said my favorite food is like steamed and boiled Chinese dim sum. If we're talking about American food, I like to go to like a local burger joint where the burgers are good, not McDonald's, not Burger King. I'm talking about healthy burgers, healthy artisan burgers. Burgers with fresh ingredients and grass-fed beef and crispy buns. Buns that aren't mushy. What drugs did I have? I was a heroin addict for 6 years. I've been clean as of February 28th, 2023. And popcorn's one of my favorite snacks as long as I'm making it because I don't like the way other people make it a lot. I don't like it with a ton of butter or a ton of salt. I don't like movie theater popcorn because it makes my lips hurt and it just, ugh, yuck. I am constantly amazed that someone as affable, clever, and beautiful as you went down the drugs road. You are a living testament. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Paul. Well, I mean, it's proof that anyone can become an addict, man. Anyone. You just, you know, you gotta seek help, man, because that stuff will latch onto you and ruin your life. Yeah, they're so much better toasted. Yeah, well, you know, if you have a problem with drugs and stuff, it is hard to, and you're constantly in that drug-seeking mentality behavior. Like you're gonna have a hard time in Portland because it's everywhere. You see needles on the ground. You know, this one time I was walking to work and I was clean, right? And this didn't even trigger me or anything. It actually promptly made me want to call the cops because I saw a big pile of discarded needles, used needles, on the ground, on the sidewalk where children walk, right by a, you know, next to a stadium. I'm talking a big pile. Looked, you know, those red, like it's like a disposal box for needles, just for syringes. You know what I mean? Forget what they're called. Those red boxes that you were supposed to just dispose needles. It was like someone just dumped one of those out onto the sidewalk, dude. Coincidentally, I don't know, maybe not coincidentally. It was right next to my dealer's apartment where I found that. And I wanted to call the cops, so I was like really in a rush to get to work. I was gonna be late. I saw someone else about to call the cops, you know, so I figured someone's gonna do it. And I thought, well, as soon as I get to work, as soon as I have time, I'm gonna call the cops and let them know that I found that. But I just forgot. Again, I have that issue where it's like I forget. if I don't do it right away, you know. My short-term memory is pretty messed up because I do smoke weed from time to time. Why did I start doing drugs? Well, I was disassociating a lot. My dear grandma, my role model, died. I had lived with her and took care of her for 4 months before she passed, and I had to move in with my sister and her roommates, her boyfriend. I had to move out not long after that because the roommates were an issue and they moved out, and then my sister and her boyfriend had to move out, and therefore I had to move out somewhere else. I moved into student housing, and then I invited the wrong people into my housing. They started doing drugs on my toilet. I said, "What's that?" And I was like, dealing with social anxiety at the same time. They said, "This will help if you're social anxiety." And they were chasing the dragon. I didn't associate that with like the injection, kind of like heroin. Like, I was super naive, so I said, "Sure, I'll do some. Get rid of this anxiety, absolutely. I want to feel good. I want to feel good. I want to disassociate even more." So I did that. And yeah, it gradually just like every other month became every month, and then every month became every week, and then every week became every, every day, and then every day became 2 times, and then 3 times a day, until the point where, yeah, all my money went to heroin and my rent. Eventually I couldn't even pay my rent. Yeah, that's my story with self-treating anxiety in China White on the East Coast, looking safer than snorting it, just snorting it. I snorted it for like 3 years. I smoked it for a little bit, and then I started snorting it for like 3 years. And then after that, when I couldn't get the pleasure anymore, when the tolerance was way too high, 2020, I started injecting it. And that's when my health and everything started to really go to shit. They cannot find any veins in my arms. They tried using an ultrasound machine, and they still couldn't find any. So they told me, "Come back when you've had enough water." Right? I drank a lot of water. Came back the next day to the doctor's office. They tried to draw blood, still couldn't. Even the guy who specialized in that specifically couldn't, even though he was convinced he could. So I convinced them to just use my foot. They did. And even though it was uncomfortable, painful even, having that cold needle go in so close to your foot bone, the relief superseded that tenfold. I was so relieved to see that blood going through the tube like so abundantly. Whereas like every time they tried my arm, was like, even if they got it just a tiny bit, it was like, "Oh no, no more. It's not even, it's like not coming in anymore." It's, sometimes they get a tiny bit of blood, but then it would just stop. Yeah, it was awful, guys. And it is awful. I hope I get some of my veins back, but there will be some scar tissue. Because you damage your veins by constantly injecting that shit into them. You damage your nerves. I injected into my hands. Right? My hands had a lot of veins before, now they don't. And I've sustained some nerve damage. There was a time I couldn't pick up my pencil anymore, guys. There was a time I couldn't even pick up my pencil anymore. Punch something, man. Hi, Vince. How's it going? Oh, I smoke weed, Victor. And they don't need to convince me. I don't know. I haven't read anyone trying to convince me to smoke weed yet. I don't have anything against weed. It does kind of dampen your motivation a bit. I would like to take a break from it one of these days, in which I am, and it's and I can't sleep. I'm not looking forward to drug dreams. And I often have a hard time with my appetite. And it helps with my appetite and all that too. So I'm saying there's pros and cons. It's not for everyone. But they didn't have an issue with me doing that in outpatient because it seemed to be helping more than it was not helping, if you know what I mean. Thank you, Cosmic Egghead. Yep, I'm doing a lot better. I'm doing good. Yeah. Nerves heal somewhat, yep. It takes years, though, for those nerves to all heal up. I mean, they're not all going to heal. There'll be scar tissue. Blocking any needle from being able to, or, you know, draw blood in certain areas. Well, weed is not a hard drug, Dick Dickinson. It's not the same thing. It helps a lot. It helps people with Parkinson's and glaucoma. It can be seen as a medicine. It's not the same thing as heroin by a long shot. And it's not as addictive. It's more of a psychological addiction, if anything. And it can make you a little paranoid when you're around other people who aren't smoking or in a weird environment. But when I'm alone, you know, and I'm not smoking every freaking day all the time, it's not like making my mind super stony 24/7. And sometimes it just makes me introspective. It calms my anxiety. It makes me eat better. So, I mean, there's pros and cons. You got to find balance. And it's not for everyone. I'm not trying to tell people they should. I'm just telling people why I smoke from time to time because it helps me in a lot of ways. That's not, it's not like, it's nothing like the heroin. It's not like I'm trying to disassociate with it. I'm trying to calm my mind down. Well, thanks. Love is a drug. Coffee's a drug. Exercise can be a drug. Anything that alters our mental state, I guess you could say it's a drug. Anything that gets our endorphins running, you could say is a drug. Yeah. Sugar's addicting as hell. Sugar's a drug. They say sugar affects the same receptors that cocaine does, you know? In fact, I'm going to have another cup of coffee, speaking of which. I usually have 2 cups of coffee. Yeah. People get addicted to watching things. People get addicted to, which is kind of like hoarding. People addicted to yard work. Adrenaline. Sports. All kinds of things. I just think it's a really good thing to meditate. Intermittent fasting's pretty good for you. I intermittent fast every other day. And I got these muscles. It's important. I'll have some popcorn too. So that's through. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get loose, get loose, get loose. Everybody take it down. Okay, hurry up, coffee. Oh dear, looks like our battery's, oh, my stream's cutting out. Let me fix that. We are gonna change the Wi-Fi in a minute here. I'm just gonna, what was I getting? There was something I needed to get. Okay. Hey, buddy. I sure love. Oh yeah, my little port. It's over here, I think. It's over here. I do believe I charged it. Wow, that thing takes forever to charge up. It's not even halfway charged, this thing, and I've been charging it all night and all day. Isn't that crazy? Like, why isn't it charged? Weird. Weird. Weird, weird. Fucking can't stand that actress. Rachel Ziegler. Ugh.
Weird, weird.
Coffee. They have good coffee, Pete's Coffee. As for like going to a coffee place for like a coffee chain, like Starbucks or something, I prefer Dutch Bros is pretty good as far as that goes. As far as corporate coffee goes. Get loose. Get loose. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey Dad, I'm live streaming. It's okay though. I'm just making popcorn and coffee. Hey Shando, buddy. Get loose. Oh, it's still a little on the popcorn. I'm not gonna have a big bowl this time. It's not gonna be very much in there. So that's so little though. Dang it. I need to buy more. Damn it. Well, at least I get a little bit. I always get 2 things of it because I eat so much popcorn. Having some edamame. I'm making coffee and popcorn. Mm-hmm. I need to get more. Coffee. Yeah. Hey, baby boy, what you thinking about? Oop. Hey, buddy, what you thinking? What you thinking about, buddy? Hey, Shando, I love you. Aw. As soon as I said his name, he starts wagging his tail over there. Hi, buddy, I love you.
Or you're thinking, oh, stop pointing that camera off at me. Wow.
Aw, baby. Such a good boy. Such a good boy, guys. Such a sweetheart. But these are cooked with avocado oil and they're really healthy. They have a lot of protein and fiber in them. He's thinking you're making popcorn without my presence. Aw. I feel like I can keep this all myself because there's barely anything in there, buddy. Probably not the healthiest thing for a dog either. There it goes. It's starting. Come on. popcorn, I know for sure, the lower the flame and the more you move them, the better they come. Really? I didn't know that. But I know the more you move them, the better. You know, there's hardly any in here. Hardly any popcorn in there anyway. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's all popcorn. It's all popcorn. Alrighty. Love you, kiddo. Lots. Put this in the recycling. It's a little bit of popcorn there. It's like a little tiny bag of popcorn, you know. I mean, at least it's more popcorn than you get in like a little plastic bag of Skinny Pop or whatever. Okay, to amount of avocado oil and real grass-fed butter makes it much healthier and delicious, way more delicious. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Look at my bowl. Cold. There you go. Ooh, let's not burn ourselves now. Coffee's done. Coffee, perfect amount. Not so perfect amount, but it's okay. It's good. It's good. It'll. Oopsie. It'll be so good. Careful. Sheesh. All right. Oh. All right. Oh, oops. Oh my gosh, disaster. I'm spilling everything everywhere. Coffee's too hot. Oh my. Hi, buddy. What you doing? You being a good boy? You being a nice boy? Yeah. I'm gonna go lay down in the bed. What you doing? Yeah, I've got to make sure the cats don't come in here. I don't think they'll come in here with you here, but now Winston's got balls. British. I got some British in me, yeah. Going good, Jason. How are you doing? Huh. Pretty good. Pretty good. Thank you, Jamal. Thank you very much. You having a hard time, buddy? Because there's not much room here? One sec. I need to put those clothes away and stuff. I'll move that stuff away from you, okay? Yeah, I know. Not too much yet. Whoopsie. Yeah, I need to move some of that stuff. Oh, gosh. What is this? Oh, shit. What in the world is this? Out of the way. Got it right there. Thank you. Thank you, Arthy. Aww. Oh, yeah. My hair's looking good today. Huh. Where am I from? Sassy Lassie. I'm from Oregon. Let your mom do belly dance. There you go. There's a perfect response to that guy. He's been here on my channel since the beginning. I've been doing these live streams for like over 3 weeks now. And this guy keeps coming on saying the same thing. He's the comic relief at this point. I always just ignore him. How I make coffee? I just, you know, put water into the coffee pot, put my ground coffee into the where the ground coffee goes, and then I start it. And I have my coffee black. I prefer my drip coffee black. Nothing in it. Nice. Coffee and popcorn. I'm from Oregon in the US. Oh yeah, I was a barista for 10 years. And I made a damn good cappuccino and espresso. I love espresso. Hell yeah. It's been so long since I've had an espresso too. Because I haven't really had the extra money to go off and buy fancy coffee, you know? But that's what I miss about being a barista, is getting all that free coffee. Free espresso. Well, you know, you know what a macchiato is? A macchiato is espresso. It's not the Starbucks thing. That they have it wrong. What a caramel macchiato from Starbucks is essentially a caramel latte or a caramel cappuccino, wet cappuccino or something like that. A macchiato literally means mark of foam in Italian. A macchiato is literally just one small cup of espresso right? You get that tiny dinky little cafe cup with it, where you get espresso, right? And then just a little dollop of foam on top. That's it. That's what a macchiato is. There's no such thing as a Starbucks has it all wrong. That's not what a macchiato is. It's translated as mark of foam in Italy. And it's just an espresso, small espresso with a little mark of foam. Yeah, they are. And their coffee's burnt. And their coffee has no soul because they don't produce their own shots. It's all mechanically rendered. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Valentine's Day. We always have espresso here in Albania. So me trying to switch to black coffee is so hard. Just can't find the right amount to make it taste good. Yeah, I hear you. You know, a shot in the dark, it's a cool name for a cup of coffee, but a shot in the dark is basically a cup of drip coffee with a shot of espresso in it. An Americano is just like water and espresso. Boiled water and espresso. Or you could have an iced Americano with just espresso and ice over ice water. As Italian, I confirm everything she said. You see? Told ya. I don't hate on instant coffee. You know what? When you're camping, when you're out in the woods camping, any type of coffee tastes like gourmet, including instant coffee. That's when coffee tastes the best. When you're camping and you wake up in the morning with a sore back, the pleasant soreness that you get when you go camping. The soreness that tells you that, oh, this is an adventure. When you wake up that morning, your coffee just tastes like friggin' gourmet, man. It's like 3:40 now. I'm on here a lot longer than I suspected I'd be. Oh, baby boy. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a painting live stream later today. And since it's like 4 o'clock, I'll probably be at like 6 o'clock. I'll do a painting live stream at 6 p.m. later. Because I'm going to have to turn this off and put it up to the charger so it can charge a lot faster. And I should probably do some chores and take Shando out and all that stuff. I hope he wants to go out, man. He seems to be pretty relaxed right now. Look at him. Aww. Okie dokie lass, you sound so cool. Oh, thank you. I feel your positivity via the chip chat. Kudos to you. Thank you. Cool, I'll be back for that. Have a good afternoon. Awesome, Alan Bird. I look forward to seeing you there. Shando is going to be 3 years old come February 8th. What time do I normally start my day? It depends. I didn't get any sleep last night either. For some reason, I just can't get my brain to shut off if I don't have any friggin' weed to smoke, which is terrible. But, I was awake till like 4 a.m. And I slept until like 10:30 a.m. But usually I'd go to bed at like 10 p.m. and fall asleep at around midnight. 11. So I should not carry on with my live stream for too long, too late. Unless I'm painting. I normally start my day at like 10. Or 9. Sometimes. Depends. Valerian root or capsules. They should be cheap. Oh yeah, they are. I'll look into that. And I should probably try the magnesium to take more magnesium too. I've gotten some foot cramps and I suspect that's the reason. A little bit of magnesium deficiency. Mmm. Shando's got 19% Roddy in him. From most to least, he's got a Golden Retriever, Golden Retriever, Boxer, Rottweiler, American Pit Bull Terrier, and Mastiff. Yeah. I'm gonna paint Vince McMahon today. Uh-huh. Absolutely, Jose. Okay. All right, Nevermore. I'll look into that. I'll see how much it costs for me to buy a bottle of that stuff on Amazon. I know ashwagandha and some of those mushrooms that they're always promoting, they can help. I remember taking those and they actually did relax me. I'm looking forward to getting some of that in the mail soon. Mmm. Yum. Perfect sized popcorn box there. Container. Oh! I'm gonna fall on the floor. Something. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Valerian just gives the signal to the brain that it's time to sleep and makes it a bit deeper. And you have to lay down, not do activity. Yeah. I always have to have some like white noise in the background. Like I turn on Horror Shorts Party or something like that while I sleep. Because they have compilations that can last, actually, they have a 42-hour long compilation video. Wow, it's 2 days long, practically. Ooh. Coffee's still hot. Pickle juice is good for cramps. Well, we have pickle juice, albeit a lot of the brine has been leached out because they're like, I made some pickled eggs in that. Thank you, ADI, CPT. I've heard it's good for cramps, pickle juice. I'm not really having cramps at the moment, though. A lot of it's subsided. Wait. I added your other socials. Tryptophan can help. Okay, I'll write that down. Remember, dosing is really important. I will try to catch the painting later. Okay, awesome. It'll be great to see you there, man. If you're still here, that is. You're probably not here anymore, but let me see here. I'm going to write that down. Wait. Where's my paper? Where's that paper I just had? Okay, here it is. Wait, that's not the one. That's not the one. Where is it? No, okay. Oh, here it is. My today's recommendations. Try tryptophan. How's my I have a pretty darn fast metabolism, actually. I've always been fortunate in that regard. I've always had a pretty fast metabolism. Yeah, my anorexia was all about control, not so much about the weight aspect. Even though I became addicted to losing... I mean, I had body dysmorphia growing up. I thought I was, like, ill proportioned and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, once my parents got a scale and I stepped onto it, I became addicted to seeing the number go down. Had very little to do with my weight, though, because, like, if we didn't have a scale, it's like I wouldn't even think about it. You know, if I gained a little weight, it was like, you know, I didn't even think about it. But if I had a scale where I could see the number, I'd obsess over it. I was obsessed with the number and having control. The control, if that makes sense. Oh, donuts, I don't like them very much either. The thing is like, if you don't eat much sugar and I don't eat much sugar, like when I worked at the cafe and I'd opened the display case, which was full of sesame donuts, like the whiff of the blast of sugar right in my face, right in my nasal cavity, was just like, ugh. Oh man, it's just like, yeah, it's too much. It's too much. It's overpowering. Don't like it. It's unhealthy. I was addicted, had 2 to 3 pieces a day and got diabetes. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, donuts are one of the most unhealthy things you can eat. It's just, it's fried friggin' dough and canola oil, no doubt. I had body dysmorphia too, started working out, but I was never happy. I get it, man. Working out helps me though. You know, feel more confident and stronger, and like, you know, I don't want to be like feel weak, you know. I weigh as much as my dog. I weigh as much as my dog. My dog weighs 104 pounds, which is too little for my height. I know. I am small boned, granted, but it is still too little. I don't want. The thing is, I don't talk about that. Sometimes I even ignore people who ask because I don't want to be like triggering people, you know. Yeah, welcome to the gun show, indeed. Girl, you're chiseled like Brad Pitt. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I like Brad Pitt. He's hot. He ages like fine wine. I think he just starts to look better and better as he ages. But he was really cute in that movie where he got ran over by the car. And he speaks in this Jamaican Irish accent. You know it's got Irish influences because he said Irie. Everything's Irie. It was so cute when he said that. Hey, how long have you been clean? I've been clean since February 28, 2023, my friend. Man, he's a snatch indeed. He's a hottie. Sleep is for the weak. Oh, the movie Snatch. Okay, but that's not the movie I'm thinking of. I don't think I've ever seen Snatch. Yeah. Well, my abs are a lot more apparent when my period's over. That's for damn sure. Irish, those blue eyes, damn, I am melting. Irie. Yeah, I know. He's a dreamboat. He has a. Does he have an Irish accent in the movie? I mean, throughout most of the movie, he just has an American accent, but, or just, you know, but, there's this one point where he tries to speak to a lady who's Jamaican, and he starts speaking in Jamaican accent, which is, like, mixed with Irish. There's a lot of Irish history in Jamaica. Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp in their prime today. Oh God, Johnny Depp. I'm more attracted to Johnny Depp. I think it's hard to say. Excuse the PFP. Genuine question, no trolling. I must have missed your question. Let me see. Would you be comfortable sharing how you first started using, what led to it, and what made you quit? Oh, I've talked about that over and over again, my friend. And I can tell you now, my grandma died. She was my hero. I had lived with her and took care of her for the last 4 months of her life. Then I had to move in with my sister and her roommates and boyfriend. That didn't go over so well because the roommates were paying the butt and they had to move out, so I had to move out. Then I moved into student housing. I was new in college. I was trying to disassociate from everything that was going on with my grandma and all that. And so I had social anxiety, invited the wrong person into my house, and as I was dealing with that social anxiety, they offered me to chasing the dragon. And I had no idea what, I mean, I knew what chasing the dragon was, kind of, but I didn't know it was heroin specifically. I thought it was just, I don't know. I didn't associate like speed and crack and cocaine and all the differences between all those things and all the methods of use and all that. It wasn't like he was injecting it right there. He was just smoking it. So he offered it to me because it would help with my anxiety, so he said, and I said, absolutely, I'll take some. So I did. And then that gradually amounted to me doing it every other month, every week, every other day, every day, multiple times a day. It's a slippery, slippery slope. It's like a succubus that lures you in. And you think that it's good because of honeymoon phase and because it's like, oh, I only have to spend $20 a week and I'm fine. No. It catches up to you and you need more and more and more and more very fast. It's very foolish. If you know all that, if you know what's at stake to go and use, it's very not a good idea. What's up? The devil prowls around like a lion looking for someone to devour, absolutely. And you know what? I know that God has helped me through my recovery too. I'm a born-again Christian Catholic. I was agnostic for well over 10 years. That's a brutally honest and hard thing to share. I really respect that you're willing to share that experience with us. Of course. That's what we do on this channel, or at least this is what I do on my channel. I share my experiences while trying to encourage everyone to choose life instead of that dark path of heroin, which leads to nowhere but prison, institution, or death, like as they say, which is true. I haven't been to prison, fortunately, but I lost my job temporarily. Fortunately, they invited me back, but that was only because I managed to stay clean for 6 months after they, when they found out and everything. It's like I was suspended. They were going to suspend me for a year, but it ended up being 6 months because my boss really liked me. He wanted me back. He saw that I was working hard on my sobriety and I was clean that entire time. And so he invited me back after 6 months. But the cafe didn't stick around because my boss, like several months later, had a minor heart attack. Gave the place over to my coworker, who basically, I don't know, threw in the towel just a few months later. Even though my boss had worked so hard with his partner who died of pancreatic cancer. He even married her right before she died. Tried to keep that place going with all their might, with all the shit. He made a promise to her and everything, which, I can't really hold it against my coworker in a lot of ways because I think there was a lot of debt, but there was a lot of stuff they should have shared with me so that I would have understood a little better what was going on. Well, alongside the musicians, you are one of the only people that are, without a doubt, making positive impacts on people's life through this app. Thank you for what you do. You're most welcome. And thank you. Thank you for coming to my channel. And you guys are making a difference to my channel as well. You're helping me out. You're helping me as much as I'm helping you guys. Sobriety's tough, but so rewarding indeed. It's so worth it. And it'll make you stronger. It'll make you respect yourself. Thank you, Clayton. He was worth it. I've got this channel by random recommendations by swipe, and thank God I landed on at one of the good YouTube channel that has a purpose. Thank you. Absolutely. We're all about finding purpose here. I wasn't a meth addict, Angel. Okay, so now that it's 4 o'clock, guys, if I want to get to paint for you guys later, I gotta in the live stream soon, but we're gonna read a Bible passage before we end it, okay? Which one would you guys like for me to read? Would you like to choose one? Well, I'm not going to bed now. It's only 4 o'clock, but would you guys, I need to take Chando out and do a bunch of stuff and let this thing charge up before I start the painting. Well, thank you, Wild Thing. I like Tone Lock, by the way, if that's what your username's based on. Wild Thing. I love that song. I love the background beat too. Okay, so what would you like for me to read from here, guys? Name a passage, name a chapter, anything. Who wants to choose? We're gonna do one. Oh man, I don't even know. Let's see. You know, John's pretty good. Break it down. Looking for John. Okay. This is a good one. This is Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Right? For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and hope. That's so relevant. Joshua 1:9. Okay, we'll do that. That just made me emotional. Because for a long time, I felt like I had no future. Here we go. Joshua 1:9. Joshua 1:9. Okay. There we go. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Be not frightened, neither be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. That's so good. I'll read that again, okay? Because I kind of stumbled. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Be not frightened, neither be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let me see. I'm gonna highlight that one too. This is the Bible I like to put little highlights in because it was a real good price. It was like $7 or something like that. And it's a nice paperback. It's nicely weighted. Beautiful. That's very relevant. Any others, guys? I'll take 3 more. Yes, God gives hope indeed. He'll come into our hearts if we allow him. Huh? A lot of people here are from Europe, huh? Yeah, it's like 4 p.m. right here. Well, Wild Thing, that depends. Well, actually, yes, I wouldn't mind if you ask any, you can ask a personal question, sure. But I don't know if I'll be able to help. That's the thing. I just don't know. If I would love to if I can. Thanks, Fixa. Of course. Anyone have? Okay, we'll read one more. Okay, one or two more. Anyone have another suggestion? Okay, I'm just gonna open up to a random passage and do that. One sec.
It's my boy here for you. Oh, he's looking at me.
Okay. Oh, my coffee. Coffee. Yeah, buddy. Psalm 9:11. God, man. I can't read like 9:11 without thinking of, you know what? Okay, Psalm 9:11 though. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. Psalm 9:11. Excuse me. Oh, by the way, I've highlighted a few passages in Psalms. They have some good stuff. Venerate me, Lord, for I have walked in my integrity, and I have trusted in the Lord without wavering. Prove me, O Lord, and try me. Test my heart and my mind. For thy steadfast love is before my eyes, and I walk in faithfulness to thee. Okay, I'm going to read what you asked me. 9:11, okay. Just showing you one of my highlights there. Okay. Psalms 9:11. Oh, there we go. Okay. 9. There we go. Right here. Sing praises to the Lord who dwells in Zion. Tell among the peoples his deeds. And that's that one. That's Psalms chapter 9 verse 11. Psalms 9:11. Isaiah 6:8. Okay, we'll do that one. I really like doing this, guys. It makes me feel I don't even know how to describe it. It makes me feel closer to God though. And I have a hard time making myself centering myself enough or focusing or enough or grounding myself enough to read the Bible. But it certainly helps me being able to share and read with other people and other people sharing suggestions. You guys lead me to the right places and it's just awesome. Let's see, 6:8. So Isaiah. Sure love you, buddy. Let's see if Dad wants to take a stroll with Artie as well later. Come on, where is Isaiah? I could probably keep skipping it. If I recall correctly, it's actually a really short book. Yeah, I don't think it's over there. Yeah, this is why I like Bibles with bookmarks. Isaiah, where are you? That's Ezekiel. Oh, there we go. 6:8. That's actually a long book. Okay. Isaiah 6:8. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Okay, here it goes. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then I said, here am I, send me. Yep, that's it. Isaiah 6:8. And I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then I said, here am I, send me. And he said, go and say to this people, hear and hear, but do not understand. See and see, but do not perceive. Make the heart of this people fat and their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their hearts, and turn and be healed. I read that yesterday for you guys. It's a good one. Anyone got another one? Because I don't know, I just feel like continuing for a bit. Got one more, guys. Let's do one more, okay? Anyone else? Anyone else got a good one? Thank you, Wild Thing. Thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Oh, I forget to give you guys hearts for your donations. Sorry. I didn't know I could do that. Let me see if I can go back and give y'all hearts. I don't know. Here, Jamal, here's a heart for you. Oh, I guess that's as high as I can go now. Well, you all get a heart from me regardless. Anyone? Joshua 1:9. Okay. Hey, how's it going, KK? Okay, so Joshua 1:9. Oh, there it is. Joshua 1:9. Oh, I've highlighted that one. Yeah, it's a good one. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Be not frightened, neither be dismayed. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. I love that. Okay, so. And let's see, I'll just open a random one. That'll be the last one. The random when I open. Isaiah 22:15. Okay. Thus says the Lord God of hosts, come, go to this steward, to Shebna, who is over the household, and say to him, what have you to do here, and whom have you here, that you have hewn here a tomb for yourself? You who hew, H-E-W, hew a tomb on the height, and carve a habitation for yourself in the rock. Behold, the Lord will hurl you away violently, O you strong man. He will seize firm hold on you, and whirl you round and round, and throw you like a ball into a wide land. Want me to read that again? I'm going to read that again. I have the Ignatius. Holy Bible. It's the Revised Standard Edition, Catholic edition. Okay. Thus says the Lord God of hosts, come, go to this steward, to Shebna, who is over the household, and say to him, what have you to do here, and whom have you here, that you have hewn here a tomb for yourself? And who hew a tomb on the height, and carve a habitation for yourself in the rock? Behold, the Lord will hurl you away violently, O you strong man. He will seize firm hold on you, and whirl you around and around, and throw you like a ball into a wide land. I'm just imagining that. A strong man being flung into the land. Okay. It's kind of hot. Kidding. I'm kidding. I'm like, goof. Okay, okay. And whirl you round and round and throw you like a ball into a wide land. There you shall die, and there shall be your splendid chariots, you shame of your master's house. I will thrust you from your office, and you will be cast down from your station. In that day I will call my servant Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and I will clothe him with your robe, and will bind your girdle on him, and will commit your authority to his hand. And he shall be a father to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to the house of Judah. And I will place on his shoulder the key of the house of David. He shall open, and none shall shut. And he shall shut, and none shall open. And I will fasten him like a peg in a sure place, and he will become a throne of honor to his father's house. And they will hang on him the whole weight of his father's house, the offspring and issue, every small vessel, from the cups to all the flagons. In that day, says the Lord of hosts, the peg that was fastened in a sure place will give way, and it will be cut down and fall, and the burden that was upon it will be cut off, for the Lord has spoken. Some of these are really hard to interpret, I must say. There are some Bible passages which are seem almost impossible to understand, you know? Nice. I don't know who Diego the Puppet is. Thank you, Martin Banks. Yeah, it is. It's the best, in my opinion, the best translation. Hi, has anyone told you you have a pretty voice for reading the Bible? I could hear you speaking and said to myself, wow, she has a very pretty voice. I thought I would share that. Oh, thank you, thank you, Kevin. That's a real compliment, because I for the longest time I didn't like my own voice. I think most of us don't like our own voice, hearing it back, especially on a recording. But thank you. Well, what question? Let me see. Did I miss one of your questions? Wild thing. Oh my gosh, I just realized the PFP is Diego the Puppet. Okay, no, not that one. I just read that one. Okay, were you still happy to give any advice you can offer? Oh, just want to see, like, advice on what specifically? I think I missed something. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have missed it. I physically crave that feeling so strongly, and I don't know how to overcome it. given you went through similar but not much harder, what advice can you give for overcoming that when... Okay, so long story short, I have ADHD and therefore experience certain emotions extremely strongly. I became physically addicted to the downregulation my ex had on my nervous system, and how she made me feel at peace when nothing else could. Wait. Huh. Yeah, well, you know, that's what some people do, and that's kind of like what my ex did to me. You know, you develop Stockholm syndrome that way. You start to trust the person who's abusing you more than the people who want to help you. You know, I don't need... You gotta stay away from that person and know that they have their own manipulative tactics to lure you back in. It's called love bombing, if I understand correctly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I would suggest just stay away from people like that. I mean, what kind of control could she have on your brain now if you're not with her? I mean, I know it can have a lingering effect and even a very profound effect. Just, our relationships and certain people. Certain people can have a deadly hold on us. You have to own yourself and know, like, just objectively, that what she's doing is manipulative and wrong, and that you deserve better. Okay? You deserve better. You can't just give your whole self to someone. You have... What? What, buddy? Are you a tough... Oh, that's just the Amazon. Oh boy, I'm getting something. Okay. So I really wish I could help you more, Wild Thing, but it's complicated. That's very complicated. In terms of overcoming it when it feels like you need them rather than want them, how do you break that desire? Stay the hell away from them and talk to people who have your best interests at heart, man. Because those people, it sounds like they have a firm emotional grip hold of you. And in that sense, like, they can control you. They can control you emotionally if you let them. You need to find someone who respects you and actually shows you the same love that you show them. I know what it's like to not have my efforts and my love in the relationship reciprocated. You deserve better. Point blank. You talk, you hang out. Gosh darn it, dude. It's just the Amazon guy. It's just the Amazon guy, dude. Stop it. You're loud, buddy. Yeah, just... So now you've disoriented me, dude. Yeah, stay with people, hang around people that love you and have good advice for you, and I'm sure they would tell you don't go back to that crap. Keep your heart guarded but open for someone who's gonna love you and respect you. I don't think love is overrated. I think it's one of the best things one can experience, because I have experienced real love before. But you gotta be careful about who you fall in love with. Gotta be really careful about that. That was Shando barking at the Amazon driver coming up to our house. Amazon guy or gal. Cindy. I think you're trying to trigger everyone here. It does help I didn't feel like I was much help there, to be honest. It's a super complicated thing. When my ex, I was in that situation with my ex. They were able to lure me back in with their love bombing. Just any time, any place, they could lure me back in with their love bombing. Even if just the other day they had beaten me to a pulp. It's really hard. Stockholm syndrome is a thing, man. The thing is, here's the thing. We start to really long for the good old days, right? I was his friend for an entire year before he started abusing me. And I thought, like, something must be wrong with me because he's changed so drastically. You know, I even almost gave him a chance when he cheated on me. Because I remember one time when he said he would never do that to me, but that even made me feel even more betrayed the more I thought about it. Like, he said he'd never do such a thing to me, and he did. It's super hard because they have a firm emotional grip hold on you. You gotta run, you know, especially if you're not naive anymore. I was naive. Especially if you've got the wisdom to know what the hell's gonna happen there. What's ultimately gonna happen. Just a never-ending cycle of abuse. You just stay the hell away from that, my friend. You get the hell out of there. Hightail it. Respect yourself. I usually come live at around noon, and then I begin another live at around 5. Today we're gonna start our second live at 6:30 because we are ending this a lot later than I thought. In fact, okay, okay, buddy, you want to get out of there? Okay, well, you know what, guys, I'm going to end this live stream now because we gotta paint later. And that makes it really hard because it was never a lack of love. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like my ex loved me too, but he had his inner demons. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's hard. It's, yeah, really hard to let go. Especially when you remember the good old days and you think that you can bring things back to the way they were before. You can't. Because oftentimes they manipulate you in order to get a good hold of you. And then once they have you in their clutches, they hurt you again and 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 again. Yeah. But I wish you, you know, I want you to pursue someone who respects you, my friend. I don't want you going back to that. I mean, it's like, I don't know you. I don't know what you're dealing with exactly, but if you're dealing with the love bombing and the manipulation that I kind of gather from this, then yeah, it sounds toxic. It doesn't sound happy. So I would suggest not healthy. Find someone who respects you. They weren't manipulative. They got manipulated by someone else, and the guilt was just too much for her. I see. Huh. That's very complicated. Yeah. Respect is earned. Like, you know, if you go around treating people like crap, don't expect to be respected. You know what I mean? But if you're a hard-working person with integrity, then I think, and with, you know, who's kind and does their best, then I think that's worthy of respect. Anyway, guys, I gotta let you go right now, okay? Oh, thank you, Norman. But I gotta let you guys go. Okay, wait. Well, I personally think your advice helps, so thank you. Have a brilliant rest. Thank you, Walt Thing. Thank you, Walt Thing. Wow, Thing. Okay, I'll see you guys at around 6 o'clock. Okay, all right. Love you guys. Take care. Mwah. Bye-bye. Catch you on the flip side. See you in a moment. See you later. See you at 6 o'clock. 6 or 6:30, we'll see. No, that's not true, Explorer. You can love a man with all your heart and they'll take you for granted and just want to go fuck someone else. Okay? That's not true one bit. Men and women take advantage of each other and manipulate each other. And you know, him beating me wasn't because I didn't love him enough. How dare you? Anyway, love you guys. Take care. Bye.